So in this tutorial, I am going to show you how to complete payroll processing for an invoice in Mallow. Before going through the tutorial, it makes sense to review the life cycle of an invoice diagram that shows you the many different statuses that an invoice can be in as we process that invoice in Mallow. When a user creates a new invoice and saves it for the first time, that invoice goes from new to draft status, and any subsequent saves of that invoice causes that invoice to remain in draft status. When an invoice is submitted, it can go to one of two statuses. If there is a line item that has a procedure code that requires supervisor review, that invoice goes from draft to supervisor review. When an invoice does not have any items that require supervisor review on submission, that invoice goes to the QA review status. Once supervisor review is done, QA review is done, and everything passes, that invoice goes from QA review to payroll ready. For the purposes of this tutorial, we are going to focus on invoices that are in payroll ready status and invoices that are in process status. An invoice in payroll ready status just means that all the QA checks have been done, the quality assurance review is done. The person that has the payroll permissions or payroll privileges is now able to take that invoice, tally up the pay for each item, each line item on that invoice, and then attach that invoice to a pay cycle or a pay schedule. When the person with a payroll privilege does this on an invoice, the owner of that invoice gets an email notification letting them know when the invoice is going to be paid and what amount the person should be expecting on their paycheck. So I am going to log in as someone that has the payroll privileges. When you log into Mallow, you would typically get a dashboard that gives you, the user, a snapshot of items within the system that pertain to you. This person does not have any invoices that they've submitted in the last 14 days, but there's a second row of widgets here that only folks that have payroll privileges or folks that are super users are able to see. The first widget here shows invoices that are currently in the system that can be used as part of the estimation of what the organization or the facility should be expecting to pay out to its direct care staff in the next upcoming payroll. If there are late invoices, on clicking on this checkbox here, the list of invoices that are used for this report is reduced to only invoices that do not have a late timestamp on them, essentially invoices that were not submitted late. So this is saying that there are 10 invoices that were submitted on time, and the amount that the facility or the organization should be expecting to pay out is $1,665. If we recheck this box, you would see that the count of invoices go up to include late invoices, and the amount that should be expecting to get paid. The widget is interactive, meaning that I can actually filter out by statuses as well. So I can click on here and it excludes invoices that are in QA review. I can click on here and it excludes invoices that are in supervisor review. And then the last pay cycle or pay schedule, if there were invoices that were processed for that pay schedule and paid, this second widget in this row here will let you know. And then if there are invoices that have been processed for the next earliest pay schedule, you would see the tallies of the number of invoices and the total pay here. Because there are no invoices in processed status that are attached to the earliest upcoming pay schedule, that is the reason why the counts are 0 here currently. So to access invoices that are in payroll ready status, in the main menu you would click on invoices and you would click on payroll. Upon clicking on payroll, you would click on payroll ready invoices. There are currently 4 invoices in payroll ready status. To process an invoice for our payroll, you would click on that invoice. It's worth mentioning the navigation features here. You can use this icon to show and hide the list of invoices. The same feature can be achieved by clicking on the title of the page. The invoice that I've selected in the list of invoices, you will see at the bottom here that the detail of that invoice is being displayed here. To process this invoice for payroll, you would click on the vertical ellipses and you would select process payroll. Upon doing that, you will notice as usual that the invoice is locked for editing. There is a icon here. If there's ever any issue that the payroll person finds, they can certainly return that invoice to QA review status so that the necessary corrections can be made. I am not going to do that here. I'm just going to close this out. The other thing that you would notice with invoices that's been edited for payroll or been processed for payroll is that there is a pay column. The owner of this invoice is an LCSWC. The pay that we have here is actually determined by the type of license that the person has. So a licensed master social worker will be paid differently from what a licensed certified social worker clinical will be paid. So the pay rates for are determined by the level of licensure of the owner of the invoice. The other thing to mention here is that the pay rate is also determined by the procedure. So there's a particular pay for an LCSWC for a 90847. There's a particular pay for an LCSWC for a 90834. These are specified in configuration of the system, and it can be specified per facility that's using the system or per organization that's using the system. So the pay for LCs is configured here for a 90847 for $50. A payroll person can edit the pay for each line item, and the way to do that is to click on this icon, and upon clicking on the icon, a field shows up where the person that's currently processing the invoice can actually edit the pay for the line item. As you provide a custom pay for a line item, you will notice that the original pay has been struck through, meaning that it's not relevant anymore. This pay is what's been taken into account. When you do that, the total pay at the bottom here is also updated. So let me do that again so you can see. I will cancel the manual pay that I provided here. You will see that the original pay has gone back to $250, which is the tally of the pay for each line item. So let's say that I want to re-enter it. So I increase the pay for that line item by $15. You can see that total pay is updated. I can also specify a 0 here, which means that I don't want to pay this person for this line item. So let's say that I want to cancel the manual entry. I can do that by just clicking on the eraser icon or eraser button. So this invoice has 5 items. Each line item is going to be paid $50, and the total pay for this person is going to be $250. Now, how do I attach this invoice to a pay schedule? To do that, you would click on this drop down here, and a list of upcoming pay schedules that have been configured in the system would show up here. Again, this is configurable by the clinic or the organization or the facility that's using the system. For our purposes, I would pick August 13th, which is the next earliest upcoming pay set schedule or pay cycle. And once I do that, I'm able to complete processing. And upon completing processing, you would see that this invoice went from payroll ready status to processed status. So this means that the person that owns this invoice will be paid $250 on the 13th of August. As soon as this invoice is processed, the owner of the invoice also gets an email with a copy of the invoice and with the pay amount and the pay date specified. It's also worth mentioning that this invoice can also be downloaded. Upon downloading the invoice, you would see a PDF version of the invoice, similar to what you would see here. And you would see that the total pay is specified, the date that the invoice was submitted is specified, the pay date is specified. So if you go back to the home page, at the beginning of this tutorial, I had showed that there were no invoices for upcoming pay schedule. But now on the dashboard, you can see that there is one invoice that is part of the upcoming pay schedule, and $250 is going to be paid out to a direct care staff. Here, you would also see that there's an extra status here now that is part of the estimation of the next payroll. So now if you go back to the main menu and you go to payroll and you go to processed invoices, you would see a list of invoices that have been processed, which means that a pay date has been attached to them. So the pay amount is listed in this list and the pay date is also listed in this, specified in this list. I can sort by pay dates. The upcoming pay schedule is August 13th. The same invoice that I processed from payroll status to now processed status is showing up in my list here. When I sort, I can open it up and I can see that same invoice with the pay information and the pay amount and when it's going to be paid. There is one extra feature here for payroll folks or payroll users. Under the payroll sub-menu in the main menu, there is a reports link. Upon clicking on that, there's currently one report, invoice summary by user in payroll. On selecting the report type, you can further configure the report by selecting the year that you're interested in. By default, it's the current year. And then you can select a pay schedule or a pay cycle. For our purposes, we're going to select August 13th, 2021, because we know that that's the next earliest upcoming pay schedule or pay cycle that we have processed an invoice. So when you select the pay schedule, what the report does is it tallies up all the invoices per user, and for each user it gives you the number of invoices, the number of items in all the invoices that have been processed for that user for the pay schedule that you selected, and the total pay, adding up all the pays for all the invoices. If you click on a row for the user in the report is further broken down by procedure code. So it breaks it down. It counts the number of line items per procedure and the amount of pay for all the items that pertain to that procedure. So for a 90834, in all the invoices that we've processed for this person for the upcoming pay schedule, there were two of them, and they will be paid $100. And then similarly, 90837, there were two of them, and they will be paid $100. And then there was one 90847, for which the person will be paid $50. So this gives you a good quick summary for the person that's processing payroll and cutting checks to know exactly the amount to pay this particular user. As more invoices are processed in this particular pay schedule, there's obviously only one user. As more invoices are processed and attached to this pay schedule, when you run this report, there will be more rows for each user, each unique user, and the total number of invoices that they have in the upcoming pay schedule, the total number of items for all the invoices, and the total pay that the person should be expecting. So this is, in a nutshell, the payroll ready processing of an invoice within Mallow.